Hey everybody, this is Christina, and I'm going to walk us through the pause and practice for Excel Chapter 1. This is the first pause and practice, and I have already opened up the file from our Blackboard core shell. I also have already saved the file, and so we're going to pick up in step number 3, which is where we're entering and editing some data. Now, I will remind you, reading the chapter or at least looking through the chapter before you start these pause and practices is a really good idea. It's going to walk you through some of the steps that the instructions expect you to know. Okay, so step number 3, it says to click on cell A1, and I'm going to type in perfect vacation rentals according to my instructions. And then I'm going to press enter. Then it says click cell A7. And so we'll go to A7 there. And it says type Eastern Vista and press enter to replace the entry. Okay, so that changed that up for me. Then it says double click cell A14. Now keep in mind, you can also use your name box up at the top left to type in your cell address. And when you press enter, it drops you automatically down, or you can just click on it in your worksheet. The instructions say that after I've selected A14, I'm going to double click that cell to put it into edit mode. And I'm going to change the word cabin to getaway. Now, you can also change, you guys have seen this in class. I prefer to change up in the formula bar. It is totally up to you how you change that. It matters not. So you can double click to activate the cell and type in the cell, or you can make your edits in the formula bar. All right, next it tells us to click cell A19. So we're going to go to A and we're going to go to 19. It tells us in our instructions to type total days in A19 and average days in A20. Those are already there for us, so we can skip those. And next, it asks us to type the values below into cells E4 through E17. So I'm just going to click that cell E14, and I'm going to type the information. Oops, not 99, 911 and 733 10 5 7. Okay, once you've done that, you're going to use the fill handle to complete a series. So we're going to click up in D4. And remember to get your fill handle, you have to hover over the bottom right-hand corner of the cell. And I'm just going to hold my left clicker down and I'm going to drag that cell across. It says to G4 and it autofills the months for me. So then we're going to move on to step number 5, which is we are going to right click in cell B18. So we'll go to B and 18. We're going to display our context menu. And then we're going to pick from the drop-down list, and it tells us to choose Indiana. Now, like I said in class, I almost always would just type in Indiana here, but in a larger spreadsheet, you might want to use those drop-downs. Okay, next it tells us to click C18, and we're going to type the letters B, A, and then we're going to accept the information. We're just going to press tab and that accepts Bass Lake for us. Then we're going to type, it gives us some numbers to type. So 3, 4, and 5 is the information that we're going to type into those cells. Next, we're going to select cells B5 through B18. And again, you can do that up in your number box, or excuse me, name box. So B5 to B18, and remember the colon in between the B5 and B18 are, that lets you select a range. When I press enter, it highlights those cells for me. And it tells me next I'm going to click the increase indent button twice. And remember the increase indent is over in your alignment group on your home tab. So I'm going to click that twice. And then it says to click the center button. So that's right here. And that basically centers it up for me. Next, on step number 7, it says to select cells C4 through C18. And after I've done that, it says to click the cut button which is up at the top left hand of your home tab under the clipboard group. So I'm going to click cut. And then it says right click cell B4 to open the context menu. So I'm going to right click into cell B4, and this opens our context menu. And we're going to look down a little bit before halfway, and we'll see insert cut cells. We'll click that, and then you can see it just removed the location cells and put them in front of the state information cells. Next, on step number 8, we're going to use the fill handle. So we're going to select cell G5, and we're going to type the number 2. And it tells us to use that fill handle, which is that little crosshairs. And we are going to drag that all the way down to row number 20. Perfect. And then it says we're going to select cells G19 and 20. We're just going to delete the info. It's just showing you how you can go in and delete information in a cell or data in a cell. Next, on step number 9, we're going to use our special paste. So it says we're going to select cells F5. So let's go to F5 all the way through F18. And we're going to click the copy button, which is up at the top of our clipboard. And then what we're going to do is we're going to right click in cell G5, and we're going to choose paste special and then paste special again. And it gives us lots of options about how we want to do this. We're going to look under operation, which is in the middle toward the left. And we're going to select the radial button for multiply. We're going to click OK. And what that does is it multiplies everything in column G by 2 for us. Then we can press, you see how this little border in column F it's kind of like a moving dotted line. You can press escape on your keyboard, which is up at the top left of your keyboard, and that will remove that moving border for you. Then we're going to select A1. That's just to kind of put your cursor back at the home tab. And we're going to save our file. So I'm just going to click the save, but if you have your autosave on, you might need to do the make a copy. And that is the end of Pause and Practice 1. Okay, I'll be recording Pause and Practice 2 next.